But basically, making video game from scratch, you always get help making things from scratch is always a little bit of a lie, but it's pretty low level. So today, I just actually let's see where it is. So I build the game and run it. We can see that there's just kind of a big party going on here. I just have a bunch of these guys running to essentially they get a waypoint, they run to it, they create a new waypoint for themselves within this space, and then they run to that. I just wanted to do this, do like a little performance test here, and this is debug performance. It's not like anything amazing, but we're looking at when I'm not streaming something like 200 something frames per second. That's fine. Like, I just wanted to make smoke test and make sure I'm not doing something really bad. And everybody skeleton. It's like 144 guys skeleton animating here. It's fine, right? The performance is fine. Like debug performance especially, it's fine. One thing also, though, I added translation handles here. They do not get bigger. I keep wanting to move closer to them to make them bigger, but that's not how that works. They work just like a nice engine with the nice UI. I just figured it was a nice. I added this. I spent a day yesterday adding this. Figured it'd be nice to have. My physics is paused. It's a little bit broken, and that's odd. That's fine. But yeah, let's see if I can catch him. Yeah, so I can catch him. I can move around along this plane, or if I could catch him, I could move him up in the air. And he's not going to be able to come down because there's no gravity in this world. He's good. He's a little bit confused. He can't find his way to his waypoint, right? Okay. So I have these nice, this nice handle. Oh, I can also just sort of take him with me wherever I go. I don't know if you can do that in Unreal Engine, but it's a nice feature. Okay. So what I wanted to do is I've got the translation handles, and I thought something, not too crazy, but maybe mildly interesting that I could do in a smallish amount of time, is maybe add the rotation handles. But I don't really like any. So all the engines I've used have rotation handles that are fine. They're fine, but I want mine to work a little bit differently. For one, I don't really want you to have to move your cursor in a circle. I think that feels bad. I think that translation handles being able to move in a straight line feels good. So the way I want it to work is basically like this. You're going to have handles that sort of look like this. They're circles, they're spheres. And how come why is the brush in a different place than the other tool? It's so annoying. All right. And so it's going to look kind of like this. Normally on the translation handles, they are arrows. These are not arrows, these are spheres. And the way it's going to work is like this. If I grab this handle here, what's going to happen is I want to, in screen space, show a scale moving left and right of the handle, and show notches as well. So this would be the 45 degree notch, and this would be the 90 degree notch, right? So you can rotate along this y-axis, but the important thing is that you're dragging the handle left and right on in screen space. It doesn't really matter how the handle's oriented, on this widget, right? And then what I also want to do is, say I've dragged the handle all the way over here. This is some beautiful art. I've dragged the handle all the way over here. I want to show a little window that says how far I've dragged it. So it would say 90. And so basically, as I'm dragging it, I see a little window over the handle that's following the handle and telling me how far I've dragged it, how much of a rotation has been done in degrees. Also, it should support increments rotation by degree increments or 5-degree increments. Basically, you should be able to set the increment in the UI, and it should have to match that increment, or you can say, it's not snapped. Okay, so that's how I want it to work. The first thing I want to do probably is make a mode where you are no longer seeing the translation handles, you're seeing the rotation handles. So let's see. Let's just go ahead and click this, go back in and get everything set up. Okay. Cool. And so yeah, the first thing I want to do is go to editor and make I want a different mode. So I already kind of have it set up where, let's see, the editor access handle state is set up to have a change of state, but I don't have any keys to change the state. What keys should I use? Like TRS for translate, rotate, scale? Those are actually pretty close. I think I might do that. I'll do TRS. So I'm not doing anything with those as far as I know. Well, FreeFly I am, but okay, let's see. Put it. So FreeFly, button pressed, move camera to entities, F. I have WSAD in FreeFly mode. So maybe should I make a new input mode? No. Basically, I'm in FreeFly mode. But S, I guess I could just rename S and just handle in that procedure what S does. I think that's fine. So FreeFly camera move backward. It's just going to be FreeFly mode S key. Go back to let's see. Handle S key. And I just want to, so if we're not in camera FreeFly toggle, we need to check. Basically, I'll just go ahead and make it. So let's say if we are, we do this. Else, we're going to maybe check to see if there is an entity selected first. So I think that's what it's called. And the search takes way too long. Context folder, editor selected enemy. So editors. If entity does not equal null, then if the slate is not null, then we know there are some handles showing. So in that case, we're going to make sure that the let's see, editor axis handle states equals, or let's say it's and equals the translate rotate scale, so which is called editor access handles function. So we're going to erase its state, whether it's translating, rotating, or scaling, and set the state as scale. Okay. So that's S, and then T would be that. So free fly mode handle T key. And this will just mirror the... It'll just be the same as the other thing, except it's going to be translate here. Not going to worry about scale. Scale is not super important right now, but translation rotation both have some value. Basically, I've been working a lot on physics, and being able to translate and rotate stuff has a lot of value. Scaling, I mean, it'll come in handy later, but not so much right now. Okay. Nice. So that's how. Now we need to make sure we bind this. So let's. I shouldn't be coding where you can't see behind my head. So press T key whenever T is pressed. So let's go to the bindings and bind there. Let's put this out. Whenever you press T in the free fly game mode, we're going to send you to free fly mode and we'll press D key. Not a subtle name, but subtle names. Spending a lot of time thinking about names is a waste of time. Okay, so when you press T, you're going to go to translate. Now, in editor, keep doing that. Handle function. Okay, so it might crash. You know, let's do something. This is fine. Editor selected entity. I think it's on the world. Yeah. Enough. Okay. Editor access handles functions. Maybe? It's right there. Editor access handle function on handles function. Okay. So I've got, that's the translation handles. If I press scale, I no longer see the translation handles. I should also not see the sphere or the rectangle, so that shouldn't be happening either. It didn't crash, so that's good. Okay. The sphere, not sure. I'll leave it for right now, but I don't think it's gonna stay. It doesn't really make sense to rotate, all axes at once. I'm not really sure how that would. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Turn on music just a little bit more. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so I already sort of prepared for this. I have these are my draw procedures. This is where I draw the sphere. This is where you draw the arrows. This is where you draw the rectangles. But I made it a little bit more generic than that, thankfully. So the mesh here that you draw with the handles is up here. So arrow is the mesh that you draw for translate. Rotate hasn't been decided yet. And dual axis handle, you know, it's just right here. It's set as a rectangle, but I don't think we're going to be doing this unless it's translate. So, yeah. This is if handle type is translate. And you know what? I'll do the same thing for this sphere. Don't want it. Okay. Nice. Now, the mesh is going to be spheres. At least that's what it may be kind of ugly, but we'll see. Alright, so mesh is going to be a sphere. So it should draw them the correct colors. They'll just be all overlapping at the center. So press scale. Ooh. Yeah, they're very small. So I think they're just being drawn like really small. It's actually hard to tell what that is, but there's something being drawn at the origin there. Okay. Let's see. Maybe let's make ref scale relative to the mesh. I need to see something here, so let's make it a little bit big. Okay. That's weird. Huh. Don't know the deal is there. Well, let's see. Some leaves there. Position. That is weird. just try to draw. Let's see. Just gonna try to draw the handle, like the sphere handles, up here. Let's see what happens. Oh wait, am I setting to scale? TR. Oh my god, I am, aren't I? Let's see. Rotate. Let's see. T key, S key, scale. Yeah, I am doing it. God dang. Alright. Not. Fine. R key. Rotate, not scale. Okay. So, R key. Okay. See, that should work. Should get some stupidly big spheres when I switch to rotate now. Yeah. Oh, what? Yep. Computer graphics, everybody. This is what it's all about. All right. Yeah, it's still really big. Maybe 1/10 the size might be right. Let's see. Yeah, that's about right. So T handles, R handles. That's a little small actually. Let's do about twice that. Yeah, that seems about right. It's actually highlighting. Okay. Am I doing a capsule raycast on a sphere? I mean, that should work. Huh. Raycast handle takes a sphere center, capsule. Handle length and handle radius. Yeah. Except I'm a little bit confused. Because these are set up here, and then editor axis handle scale is set down here using ref scale. Okay. I think the position plus. That's fine. So that should be similar. Actually, I'm not sure why they're drawing the same place. Oh, any position. Okay, that's wrong. So this would be like X caption center here. Let's see. I feel like I want 2 stages of this, so I'm gonna do this here, down here as well. Alright, so so this should be like the X. Handle mesh center. Let's see. Let's say handle center. It's fine. Handle mesh. Sure. No. Handle collider center. Oh no. Okay. So X handle collider center should be mesh center, and the other thing should be collider center. Okay. So the collider center is the same no matter what. I'm gonna change this song here. Alright. Collider center is the same no matter what. But the mesh center does change. So okay. So let's rotate. The mesh and the collider are going to be in the same place because the arrow mesh has its origin at the base of the arrow, not in the center of it. Whereas sphere handles are going to be centered exactly where they're drawn. Those should have moved. Let's see. Oh, I see, yeah. So I need to handle mesh center here. Get them drawing in the right place. Alright. So, yeah. Translation handle is still good. And then rotate. Yeah, you know. Is that really center? It's not right at all. So that's weird. apparently that is where it is. Okay. Do not understand. Oh, I guess the half height is scaled. Right, because the ref scale is smaller. Okay. That doesn't make sense. Oh, I see. I guess let's just always do this. Still no. Still messed up. I guess I could chat through it. Alright. That'll be fine. Looking for collider center. capsule hat height. 2.09. 2.5. Which comes from handle length times 0.5. Handle length here is 0.18. Here it's actually longer. Oh yeah. Handle length. Yeah, okay. And handle length. Edder-axis handle scale times the, so edder-axis handle scale. This wouldn't change. Let's see. .18 here. Where does it change? Okay, yeah, it's clearly bigger. So it's edder-axis handle scale, or that's being changed. Ah. Oh, it's right there. I think that's changing after this. I don't know. That's where it changes. Okay. Right there. Hmm. Yeah, they just shouldn't be using that value. That's all it's used for. So should be moved up here. That's not a good song. Oh, right. Okay. Rotate. Yeah. I mean, you know, could make it smaller, but okay. Scale we're using for this is edder-axis handle scale. That's not. Okay, so that's the thing. Just making a draw thing. There we go. So yeah, that's a pretty decently sized handle there. So basically I'm gonna translation handles are pretty normal, look like any other editor, but rotation handles I want to essentially be able to drag in screen space left and right in order to rotate a thing, and I want them to have notches, and I want to see a little window that tells me how many degrees I've dragged so far to pop up over the cursor as I'm dragging. That's the thing I'm working on right now. Okay. So I think maybe I want to draw the arrows and the spheres. No, you don't. I'll give them, you know, let's make a capsule really quick in Blender so we can like distend the rotation handles from their like sticks that they're on. Yeah, I don't think, I'm pretty sure I don't have I mean cylinder, I don't think I have a cylinder mesh right now, so I'll just make one up. Easiest thing in the world. Alright, so cylinder, I want it to be aligned to the y-axis here, so x90, and I want the origin to be at the base, so I'm going to select this face here, and let's see, actually don't remember how to do this. Let's see, cursor to selective, and let's look up really quick because I totally forgot how to, let's see, move origin to cursor. Is it the thing that says right click, set origin? Oh, you have to do an object. Okay, that's why. Origin to cursor. There we go. And we're going to see, move it along Y to the origin there. And right now I have everything 1 meter scaled, so I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. That's just 1, 2, so 2, 3, 4, 5, so 5 times scale along the y-axis, right? To get it to 1 meter. Obviously, it could be scaled in the game, but should I do that? Yeah, I guess I should do it that way. Alright, so we'll make it a box where yeah, but it shouldn't be this small right away. So we just scale all by 5. Then it'll be 1 meter high. And it's it's 1 meter, it's half meter in radius, meter in height. I think that's pretty reasonable way to have it. So we'll do that. Okay, you need to make sure it has material here. Make sure the material has a white albedo. That, and then we can save it as cylinder. Okay. Then import mesh. We just want to add an import for it. So cylinder, cylinder, and then in the meshes manifest, just to add one more mesh here. And then to make sure we import cylinder. And there we go, it's imported. And now it's available in the game. So, yeah. Go to the editor, I want to draw cylinders exactly where I had the arrows, but I want to scale them just along their like CX. So let's make scale a vector. It should just work after, let's see, splat this. Yeah, works fine. Okay. For this rogue line here. Okay. Let's see. Draw scale needs to be a vector now. Make a secondary draw scale because I don't know. I might eventually clean this up, but I don't know, it's fine right now. Secondary draw scale is going to be draw scale, and in rotate, secondary draw scale is going to be the scale of the sticks that the handles are on, so the cylinders basically. And actually, this is not what I want them further out. Spot this anymore. It's already a vector. Okay. So rotate, yeah. So now the spheres are, the raycast isn't working exactly correctly for them right now. It's that will happen. Okay. So I want to draw the sticks. They're all just going to be at the entity position. And the scale is going to be... I'll see what draw scale looks like, and then I'll figure out what it is. Okay. I think the half height might be correct here. Okay. No. Oh, right. The scale's applied. Right, of course. So I want the y is it's applied along its height, so it's the draw scale that goes along the y. Yeah, it's like that, but half. It may end up looking like not what I want. This may not be the right choice here. That's fine. Though, I want it to be clear, the handles are the colored things, so I don't want these to be colored the same way. Ooh, that's... Whoops, the wrong thing. There we go. So, translate, rotate. It will make sense later. Makes sense when it works. Okay. I apologize to anybody watching this who expected clean and beautiful code. This is the opposite. This is the exact opposite. You know, it doesn't matter. It might even end up staying like this forever, because it's probably the only like transform widget I'm going to ever need to make. So like, I don't need to extend it. I don't, you know, it can just work. All right. Why am I apologizing? Just make it work. Okay. It'd be nice, actually, instead of spheres, they were like rings that are oriented to the view. So I could draw... I haven't done draw particle in a bit. Do I still have... I can leave it up to still have particles. Particle system, that's just all. Let's see, Spice particle. That's old. It's very old. Empty circle is the name of the texture. Okay. I remember that, but okay. Why not just let's see if I can do that. So let's you know what? There we go. Okay, so it takes a particle draw. What the heck is that? We have, yeah, empty circle. That's the one I want. So it's going to be a particle. Not number. Position, color, scale, texture, index. Okay. Index. I guess you can get the index. I don't remember. Oh, okay. Position is clear. Color. That. Scale. One is fine. The texture index, though. So, there's a texture ref, I guess, that has an index. So I think it's, let's see. What's the name of the array? Texture references. Okay, so texture references. Texture. I really should make a procedure for this if it works. Dot empty circle. Dot index, I guess. Okay. Texture ref is at front end. Texture index. That's on, shoot, I think texture is part of mesh. Let's see. So global buffer, I think, is the name I'm looking for here. Global buffer. Right, because if I, let's see, grab the global buffer. And code that, then yes, that is the index. Okay. Okay. So global buffer. File editor. Okay. Cool. So that, and yeah, it's a empty looking circle. It's not the right color. Even at all. Don't think I'm getting this one done today. That's just not going to happen. Okay. Oh, that's why. Passing color 4B. This is an inconsistent interface that I've made for myself here. Okay. Yeah, it's a circle. Definitely too big, but it's a circle. Okay. So the scale, see how that looks. Way too small. Just gonna hard code 0.2 or something there. Yeah, something like that, except it should definitely draw in front. I haven't done layered drawing for them yet, but I could do that right now. Okay. So I need to add what draw layer I want to put the. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. So particle draw texture index also needs a layer. Which is game by default. And then the particle instance. Where is that? Billboard vertices. Billboard instance buffer. Zero GPU. Draws. Billboard instance. Okay. So yeah, I need the layer here. Don't need to pad it anymore, so it's actually not taking up any more space than it was before. That's cool. We go to the shader stuff. Billboard instance needs no padding. Needs layer is int, and then drawing billboard vert. We're going to use the inst.layer to get the chem projection it's going to use to figure out like whether it's drawn. Like basically, all things can be drawn in the same 3D space, but I'm using some trickery to make it so that they're using different parts of the Z buffer so that stuff can essentially reside with each other in the same 3D space, using the same 3D transformations, but stuff is drawn in front because it ends up getting a Z value closer to the camera. So the layer, it's like 6 different layers. So we're going to make sure these circles draw in front. Okay. Let's see. I think the billboard instances are created at draw request time, which would mean it's set right here. Just like that. Okay. Hopefully it works. And yeah, there we go. We got a circle that even though it's kind of in the ground, it's drawing in front of the ground and all the other stuff, right? So that's the idea there. And then if we go back to the rotate, so I broke the translate handles. The translate handles are kind of broken, but the rotate handles, yeah, I do want it to have just that circle, and then you're gonna grab the circle, and it's gonna move around sort of in screen space, basically. Okay. Okay. So translate is going to use these calls. And then rotate is going to use these. Y is green, Z is blue. Okay. So yeah, there's the basic idea there. I should probably draw like a white circle behind the circles. Maybe make it stand out a little bit more. Maybe also the circle should be a little bit thicker, but I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. Should really make procedures for these, but so basically the lower the layer number, the closer they are to the camera. Right, so I'll make the colored circles layer 4 and make slightly scaled up circles that are white. On layer 5, just behind them. Okay. So yeah, that's nice. See, the red handle there has got like a nice white outline to it. Makes it a lot easier to see. So I'll do that for the other handles as well. Probably go ahead and make a function for it. Maybe, let's see. Draw axis handle. Yeah, this is really just for, oh well, just get it to work, right? Okay. So this would be behind the Y handle, this would be behind the Z handle. Just like that. And then if we go to the rotate handles, that's looking pretty nice right there already. Pretty not bad. So I think the white, are the white ones drawing in front? Maybe, I don't think so. That's okay. Either way. That looks pretty good to me. Okay. Definitely should be more clear. Maybe instead of being like an empty circle, it should probably be a filled circle. I think that would be better. That would definitely be better. Let's see. Okay. Well, I didn't. Let's see. It's been an hour and a half now. I didn't make it that far. Translation handles again looking good, but I did those yesterday. I wanted to try to get rotation handles in today, and they are, they are looking like I want them to. It's just, oh, the scale's wrong. Yeah, these should be, well, they shouldn't be scaling like that, but I ended up having to like fix some bugs. I made some progress on. I got it so that billboards are drawn with layers now, so that's a lot more flexible. That could be used for basically all the UI, which was always the intention. I just hadn't done it yet. So anyway, got a decent amount done today. Thank you very much for watching.